Well, you mentioned you come from late model family, and here in your shop, you now do have a late model. One of your off-season acquisitions was to
Yeah.
go and buy a late model. With what are your plans for late model?
Well, in off weeks that we're not running this, we're gonna run the late model down in Oregon some. Myself and Rick Smith went in together on it, and he hasn't ran a late model in 30-something years. And but we're gonna go down into Elma and Grace Harbor, and we're gonna venture a little bit into Oregon, Willamette, Banks. We're gonna run this thing. We're gonna have some fun with it. I mean, I had a late model back east, but it was a limited late model on Leaf Springs. This is a full-on outlaw late model. So the only thing we ain't having out, only thing that's not in there as an outlaw is the motor, because I don't have that much money for an all-aluminum motor. So, I mean, we got a little motor, it's a little 360 with big old compression in it, and right now it's going to do just fine.
There you go. Just to go out and turn some laps.
Oh yeah, just to have fun with it. That's all it is, just to have fun. You know, we have all the stress with this and stuff running through the year with the points and the points championship and everything else. It's nice to be able to just step back and go have fun and not worry about anything. So if we wreck the car, all right, well, we wreck it and go home, take care of it, and fix it. But I'm not worried about points, and I'm not chasing points and everything. We're just having fun. That's all that matters.
When's the last time you got in late model?
11 years ago.
All right.
Something like that.
Something like that. do you expect it to drive the same way it did 11 years ago?
Heck no. No.
And maybe that's a bad question, but what are your expectations of how this will drive? Will it be like riding a bike?
They're easier.
Yeah, really?
Oh yeah. You got a big old fat tire that's squishy and it grabs the track.
On your right rear?
All the way around the car.
All the way around?
It's got 14-inch wide tires all the way around this race car. It's built into a giant wedge. That thing's going to be glued to the racetrack, and you point it and it goes wherever it needs to go. These things over here got a hard as a brick tire, and they suck. But since we run IMCA and on a lot of the tracks around across the United States, we're all on the same tire. We all got to deal with the same crappy tire. I mean, it's just, they're hard. They seal over. The tire management on these are rough with it. They're even more on that thing because they're a soft tire. So you can put all the power to the ground and have fun.
There you go. So we kind of heard some of your plans for the late model. What are your plans for 2026 overall? Looking at your schedule, it's a lot of running Skagit, running Grace Harbor. You said you're trying to run for a...
I would love... Full plan to start with is we're going for a championship at Skagit Speedway. I want wins. I want championship at Skagit. It's home track. But for the most part, big picture, I want the state championship. I want the IMCA Washington State Championship.
Puke Tyson blood.
Exactly. The man's been sitting on top for a little too long. So ultimate plan is run for that. All depends on the pocketbook and how things work. You know, we got some amazing sponsors on this car this year, and some that have come back from last year, a couple new ones. I mean, they're amazing. I love everyone that's on this car. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to do this. So, but yeah, ultimate goal is championship at Skagit Speedway and the state championship. So as for how that plays out, we're going to try it.
Yeah.
But things are always up to change. So, but like I said, ultimate goal, number one goal is Skagit Speedway and championship there.
You mentioned the state championship, and that's kind of different because you don't see, there's not a sprint car state champion, there's not a Hornet, midget, etc. state champion, but there is an IMC modified state champion. How does that work? Can you explain that kind of in a simple way for people who don't understand?
Simple way, you got to run.
Heard of it?
You got to run both tracks. You got to
being Skagit, Grace Harbor.
So Skagit and Grace Harbor. That's the only two tracks for the IMCA. You got to bounce back and forth and race as much as possible and just rack up points. Really, whether you win, lose, or draw, you've got to try and be up front, get the most amount of points that you can make. We're only on a 40 points from front to back, and everything is one in between. So it's the same with the state championship. It's a hard one. It really is. It's tough, but we're all for it. We've been looking at it the last few years, and I mean, we're going to make a run for it.
All right.
So, I mean, like I said, that's the ultimate goal. Things are always subject to change, but right now that's all penciled in for my whole schedule.
There you go. We're just going to keep an eye out for him running for the state title, and it's going to be really fun to watch that.
Oh, yeah.
You had mentioned your first win, or only a couple wins in this car. 2019, I believe, was the first time. What do you remember from that first win?
Everything just kind of fell into place.
Okay.
We really weren't we run in top 3, running against Kevin and Rick. I mean, we had a good car, but just trying to kind of like the championship race last year. You know,
Yeah.
Kevin just had a really good car. Kevin is hard to beat. Rick is hard to beat. And he ultimately had an issue with his carburetor. Car died out on a restart. I inherited the lead, and well, at that point in time, there wasn't no one to get around me. So we had like a 6-lap dash at the end there, and yeah, track was a little bit heavier. We had a big old open motor in the car. So it was actually that car right there. So it's a little bit of a sentimental value to that car. But yeah, it was just kind of everything fell in the right spot. I mean, it just how it was. It was that first win you'll never get back, and it was just amazing. So people coming up that you knew, maybe not seen in a long time. I mean, from the stands. I mean, it was awesome. Just the love and support on that first win was just amazing. So, like I said, first one you never get back.
Yeah.
So you always got to cherish that one.
There you go.
So
it's your number. Once you kind of pick a number, it sticks. How did you get your number?
well, I've had a couple different numbers. So we started out with 64. I was just reversing my dad's late model. He ran 46 for the longest time. And then the next year we built a new car in my grandfather's shop, and he helped out tremendously on that thing. So we ended up kind of painting it red and silver and a little bit of a tribute to his car, and we put 51 on the car.
Okay.
It's ran 51 for years, and Louis Nutter, that's my grandfather, Louis Nutter. So we ran 51 for the longest time, and I even ran that number back east a little bit. When I come home, I started driving his car, so we just put an X on it because he was still racing. And then I figured, well, he's still running the 51. We'll just put a 1 on it, it'd be 151. So we ran 151 for several years, and then it just got to a point where it was time for a change.
Okay.
So it was something different, new team, new attitude, new everything. Might as well change the number. So 71 the year my mom was born.
Okay.
So family, 100%. You always got to try and keep this family.
Yeah.
This team is 100% family all the way around it. So we're not all blood family, but I'm with them more than anybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a race team. There's no I in it. It's just family. It's a family-run team, top to bottom, in and out. So it's just how it is.
Well, who are the people you need to thank, sponsors, family, et cetera, that help you day in and day out?
There's a lot of people. So my mom, she runs all the books and all that stuff because I don't want to do it, which it was nice to pawn it off on her. It worked out great. So I just need to know if I can go buy this part or not. And if I can't, I'm going to figure out how to get it.
Fair enough.
So she runs all that. Tony, Howdy, they're in the shop all the time working on this car. Even when I'm at work, everyone's got a little bit of a different schedule, so it works out great. Fuzzy runs all the social media stuff. Kyle comes in, does a lot of the wiring because I absolutely hate wiring, so it works out there. I'm not a wiring person. I don't like
There
it.
you go.
I don't know anything about it. So he's definitely big in there. We got a pretty small little team, but it works out good. My Uncle Louis come over last year, was helping out on this thing now, and him and Tony they meshed well, and they back and forth on each other, and Rick Smith is a big help. I mean, I can always ask him for everything, information wise, just pick his ear. Been doing it a long time, so it's always nice to have that knowledge, that wealth of knowledge, because he's ran a little bit of everything, like model, sprint car, modifieds, one of them all. So it's nice to have that. Native American metals on the car, Washington spray foam, Lyona local 292. They come on the car this year. Marvin and Joyce Mahum, they came in this year. We've got Styles and Lear Attorney, Sketch It Ready Mix. I know I'm missing somebody in there, but yeah, every sponsor on this car, we appreciate every single one of them guys. I mean, they're huge. So if it wasn't for them on the thing, like I said, we wouldn't be able to race as much as we can. So we'd be kind of stuck more predominantly probably at home, but with everything they do advertising wise on this thing, it helps get the car out there. It helps me help them run around look like an idiot some days, in a pink race car. But we're having fun with it,
There
and
you
that's
go.
all that matters.
Well, you can catch Adam Holtrop this year at Skagit Speedway, running the modified, and catch him even at Grace Harbor, running for the state championship, and maybe even same in Late Model, Oregon. Adam, thank you so much. We appreciate your time, and look forward to seeing you in 2026.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a good year.
It is going to be.
All right, thank you.